11
But I can't
months.
wait for that bachelor party.
Yeah, we gotta take it to
Yeah.
the gentleman's lounge. We gotta take Jason to
No, we ain't going there.
take Jason. Jason need to go in there and get right. All right, we're gonna move over to what's the worst date y'all been on? Y'all got any good stories?
Man, I was talking to my girl about this.
Good question.
I mean, I got
All
one.
right, Matt. Matt, start us off.
Hey, Matt.
I mean, worst date I ever been on. Fraternity formal. Got set up with a girl for the week because just what I needed at the time, and I like I don't know. It's like it's a full weekend, and I don't care if like there's not like a romantic connection or anything like that, but
Different.
if you're invited to like a weekend trip and you just don't even act like you're interested, that's a problem to me.
And
Like
Dude, she was.
like this girl just wanted nothing to do with me all weekend, which that's fine. If there's nothing there, I can understand that. But like let's be friends. Let's be cordial. Let's have a good time. Let's not like make this a shit time.
Oh, that sucks.
Damn.
Which I still had a good time because by the second night I'm just like fuck this. I'm just gonna get as drunk as I can.
Matt was like, "Let me be."
She like you so
I got I got I got
venomous.
I got wasted the second night. So
Feel you.
That's funny.
Matt was trying to get them cheeks.
Dude, I don't
I
know.
mean,
I didn't really go on many dates. Like, I came in. I don't know, man. I feel like if I was wanting to hang out with girls and I like didn't see it going anywhere before, we would just I would invite them to a party. I did go on one date at Panera, and I could kind of tell that she was uninterested, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time. So after
Damn.
that, that was it.
All right, Kev, what's up?
I mean, it's a few of them with my girl that like went like very poor. Typically, Valentine's Day is kind of shitty for us. We had one date. It was one time on Valentine's Day where we linked up. We was gonna go to a restaurant we like, and then I think I threw on like a jersey or something. She was like, "Kevin, are you really fucking wearing a jersey right now?" I was like, "Damn." Yeah. I was like, "What you wearing though? Like, you're not even dressed that crazy either. Like, what you want?" And then our last Valentine's Day, it was like, what were we doing? I forgot what we were doing, but like, she fell asleep at like 7, so our date didn't even like really finish. We was just gonna like, we said, all right, we're just gonna hang out. We can go like we're making pizza inside or whatever. And we started to do that, and she just fell asleep. So I just ended up making the pizza and eating it alone, which isn't a terrible date, but it's like it's Valentine's Day, so that's like what I remember.
Sheesh.
Dude, Valentine's Day, we we kind of typically stay in because everywhere where you want to go is kind of crowded.
True.
We've been dipping strawberries in chocolate and then put them in the refrigerator.
I did say put in someone else.
I know what you was about to say. I know what he was about to say. I heard dip and strawberry. I was like, all right, man, I see you, boy.
To get out a little whipped cream.
Oh,
You know.
Ooh.
Then I had everybody's ears got wide open there.
yeah. The only bad one I had was it was a freshman year in college. I came back off break. I thought I was feeling myself, Came back driving the car. This girl that went to our high school. I took her on a date, and she got in the car. She's like, "Hey, gave me a hug and everything." And the first question she said out of her mouth was, "Well, what school did you go to?" And I was like, "Dang, that's crazy, because you were in like 3 of my classes,
No
like
way.
junior and senior
What
year."
was
And
her
she,
name?
yeah, I don't even remember her name, but she got like 3 kids now, so I'm not.
Ooh,
But
well, seems
but she was like, "Oh
seems like you
yeah,
might have won on that one.
yeah,"
Damn.
and she was like, "What?" She was like, "What school did you go to?" And then like I think at the end of the date, she like called me a different dude name, and I was like,
Oh God.
"It's time to slide." Time to slide. It was a lot of in between. I remember in between, she was like, "Can you take my friend to work?" And I was like, "Oh man, yeah, this
Hell
ain't it.
no. Come
This
on
ain't
now.
it." So, yep, I'm out of here.
That sounds like a truly just terrible first date. Like just nothing goes right.
I mean, I just wanted the cheeks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's all I wanted. But then after I saw like her lifestyle, how she like,
After she didn't remember you had AP sociology together, it was like, man, fuck that.
nah, it wasn't even all that. It was like simple classes, like it was like simple stuff,
Remedial
like
math.
like gym, like you, like I was in your gym class, like. All right, I think we down
She
to
said you were the guy going 100 miles an hour to the hoop on layup.
yo, chill, dog. Nah, she she didn't even she
Hey,
just didn't remember.
Cam, this is the type of girl. She got 3 kids. She didn't remember your name. I know she wasn't dressing out for gym class.
Oh yeah, exactly. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly the type of girl I'm talking about. She
Hey,
ain't just
Clem's gonna pass her as long as she bring him a milkshake.
back from cookout.
Thanks.
Ooh,
But that's crazy that it was like that.
No, it was real. I mean, it's just females be. I mean, I got more than that, but that's about it. That's the one that I was like really pissed off because I was like, man, I just wasted gas to come to.
I'm not an
Cary.
awkward person, but like I feel like on a date, if like stuff had gone bad, like it would just become extremely awkward.
Yes,
try,
no.
hey, try a full weekend when things are awkward.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That sucks.
Hey,
Dang,
you. I mean, like I said, by the second night, I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna drink and enjoy some time with the bros.
I'm stuck on that. So they set up dates in your fraternity. It's
No,
like
he had a friend set him up.
Your friend
still,
set me up.
yeah, that's like guaranteed cheeks, dog. I wish I had that. Wish I had
No,
that in college.
it's not
It was
guaranteed cheeks when it, you know, it's just your boy. It's just your boy and his girlfriend, and it's her girl. It's his
Like one of
girlfriend's
her
friend, and
friends. Yeah.
yeah, so she just wants to go to hang out with her friend. So,
Like
but
I've tried to
like
set up my friends with like one of Miranda's friends, and like we all go to hang out, and it's just like it's very obvious that it's not going to work out. So I understand what you're saying.
and
I feel you, but
it and it's not that things didn't work out. I mean, it was pretty clear from the beginning. We just didn't have any like chemistry or anything like that. But it's just like just show you're thankful for me bringing you for a weekend of drinking in the beach. Come on,
Okay, Matt, talk your shit, Matt.
exactly.
Let them know.
Nah, I
like just
Hell
be
yeah,
thankful for that shit.
hell yeah.
I just had a different experience.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
want to say her name?
No, I
Yeah,
ain't
Let
gonna
her
say her
know.
name.
put her out there. Put her out
No,
there. I'll find her.
I'm not considering it.
I'll find her on IG and then tell her something
No,
crazy.
no, not gonna say her name. All I'm gonna say is shortly after met the fiance, so I'm all good.
Hell yeah,
Sure.
fuck that bitch. Ain't even worry about it. Y'all want to hear about the time I got curved? It wasn't a first date, but I remember vividly most times I got curved. So I was in CSIS, I think it was AP biology class, and the whole
Yeah.
time I sat with my boy Braxton and my boy Wasim. He sat beside me, and we were always just sitting there talking shit or whatever. But this is one bad Indian girl, and I was like, "Ah, I need to get to know her. Like, how am I? But she sat all the way across the room. Like, I don't really have the same friend group as her. Like, what's gonna happen? Then boom, we start acting up, start talking too much, and then Cease moves me away from Braxton or whatever, moves me right next to Neha. I say, all right, you already know what time it is. So Braxton, he's like, all right, Kev, you gotta give her the go. You gotta pull up and shoot your shot. And I was like, one time, like we were about to leave class, I was like, we had like a homework assignment. I was like, hey, so if you want, like, you want to talk about this homework assignment, like, I can get your number, da da da. And like, she was sitting next to me, and then she just said, like, she acted like she didn't hear me. I was like, I know you heard me. You sat right next to me, so I just said, "Fuck you." Oh my gosh, that shit was bad.
Oh man.
She straight turned
She
around.
got you though.
I mean, I got the point. Like, she achieved what she wanted to do, I guess. But she actually ended up. This is weird because like we actually ended up like I think Snapchatting her or something like later on when I wasn't like interested in her anymore. But like we used to having parties and stuff. And one time the police busted it, so I ran out with my friend and we were hiding in a dumpster. And she like called us if we were okay, or not a dumpster, but like a it was construction, so it was like one of like the I don't know, it was some big can thing that we were hiding in, but.
And I know what you're talking about.
You
Yeah.
could have called me. I would have picked you up. I had a couple run out a couple parties
Just
in
like a
Raleigh.
scrap box almost.
Yeah, we went back though because they left. Like, cause I mean, you gotta think like that was always a big deal in like in high school. Cause in like undergrad, you're like, oh shit, the police are here. Oh no. Like, but everyone's like 19. Police
Oh,
aren't
I got
gonna
a
bust
drinking. I got a
anybody.
drinking ticket.
I did too. That's a different story. But
I do the
I
most.
got I got caught drinking and in trouble at the school, but I didn't get any legal issues.
Yeah, Matt was under someone's desk for that one.
No,
He was
I
giving
was
them the
not.
business.
I had
Is
to
it
pay.
they pulled out the strap on Matt?
No,
He
he had to
said,
get under he had to get
he
under
was
the
that.
desk and give him that work.
He give him
He-
that God 3000.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cam, no.
Oh,
We ain't got to talk
no,
about it.
No.
It's all
bro,
right.
we just playing, man. All right, the next one.
No, I'm not. I'm just. I'm a little shocked. You've heard of that, but
What, the Guac 3000? I get that. Oh, I can't.
I heard
Never
about
mind.
that.
I get that a lot. All
all
right, so
right.
yeah, I ain't gonna go into specifics with it, but so this is like the real serious topic because I watched like a Snapchat story or something about it. Do we look at domestic violence like in general, or do we just look at when a man hits a woman when it comes to domestic violence and
I mean,
why?
it should be the same, but it's not looked at the same. I mean, Miranda's in social work and she gets a lot of these calls, so she thought also it should be every case is looked at as the same.
Feel you.
But
um,
it's hard to separate the two,
I
at least in
I
certain people's eyes.
I think the man beating the woman is always looked at as more of a serious thing. I guess that's just kind of
You saying should it
culture.
though?
No, I don't think it should. I think it always.
Right.
I'm saying I think it is,
It's never gonna change. No,
but
right.
I mean there are cases of I would say there's high profile cases of a woman being responsible for domestic violence, whether that was Hope Solo with the women's national team, or if it was like, now this one's probably a little bit different, but like Brittany Griner and her wife, I guess. I don't know what that. I don't remember what happened to that one,
This
but
dude Kevin about to die over here.
No, okay, so you would say that I was like you're saying like because it's like it's one thing if like a girl hits you and she's like a lot smaller, but like bro, if my wife's Brittany Griner, like she give me the hands, dog. I gotta call that hotline. I gotta
She'd be
call
like,
that
"Dude,
hotline.
shut up."
that's why I said that one. I don't know how much that counts, but the Hope Solo one, I mean, she was. I mean, obviously she's a professional athlete, so she probably could kick some people's asses, but I remember when that one actually made some national news. So I don't know if it's only when the guy beats the girl that makes national news, but I think there's definitely a heightened sense of coverage when like the Ray Rice hotel or elevator scene,
Kareem
all the
Hunt.
NFL, all the NFL crap. It's
What about the reason I put this question
obviously
in here
that is.
was that Johnny Depp one. If y'all
Yeah,
know about
that was crazy.
Because
See, I'm not as familiar with that one. So
Didn't
that
she
might
used
be
to
one
like
that got
take
swept
shits
a
in
little
their
bit under the
bed?
rugs.
she did a lot of stuff. She was throwing pots and pans at him. She was the one that supposedly cut his
Dude,
finger.
I heard that he pretty much he said I drew the straw when I went to bed and I found like shit like in my like behind my pillow or something. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Hey, what if I said?
I think the main
What is
reason
that
why.
clap?
Yeah.
At
Put
least
his
I'll
hand up.
play it.
Put his
I
hand
think
up.
I think the main reason it's not looked at as like more serious is there is the like the guys are usually bigger than the girl. It's like that little woman couldn't do anything to him. She's too much smaller than him or something like that. But it shouldn't be looked at differently. It's all the same thing. Like it's
Well, it's just what's going to get more covered. I mean, part of it's a media ploy. We're thinking on the professional scale, but like domestically, like in a normal neighborhood, you're not going to hear about the woman who beat her husband unless. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know if any man stand there gonna sit there and take that shit. Like he gonna just leave.
I
Leave.
Like, I'm
disagree
not-
with that because I know myself. Like I'm not. If
I
you
mean,
know,
like,
I'll gladly take that shit versus like
I know I'm talking about like if you getting seriously like fucking clapped and
exactly.
like I'm
What
gonna
you gonna
leave.
do? Yeah, what you gonna do, Matt?
But
If
Like I
your
can't just
girl, then
swing
her
back. Like
mom,
that's it on me. That's a wrap.
if your girl, all right, let me ask this for everybody then. If your girl and her mom and her sister start jumping you, what you gonna do? You just gonna
Bro, they are not. I'm not sorry. That's not even fight 3 against 1.
Hey man,
I mean, I don't,
somebody's getting uppercutted. That would
That's what I'm saying, dude.
see
Still, even 3
can't
against 1 in that situation, we can leave. Like,
but that's the stigma though. So if you throw that uppercut, suddenly you're the one who's at fault,
that's crazy. So I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out
and
what's self
that's the
defense.
issue.
Then what's
That's
self
the
defense
issue.
then? Because I mean, if I was married to Brittany Griner and she giving me the hands,
oh,
That's a little different. That's a little different.
see, but how is that different? I'm looking at it like how is it different because it's still a girl. I mean, if I was married to Layla Ali and I was getting the hands, like
I might stay. I might stay. And not explain. But another thing too that we talk about, we're always talking about like beating on somebody. Like domestic violence comes in a lot of different forms. So like,
Yeah.
realistically, like a girl will pull like a knife on you or do some shit like that. Like
Oh,
there's a lot of different things that can happen that can qualify as domestic violence.
Absolutely.
And I think another thing that gets like a reason why it's not as reported as much in the from a man is because we have pride. A lot of men have a lot more pride to not like be like, oh, this girl
Well, it's
beat
like
the shit out of me, or this girl did this to me. Like that's a thing for us. I'm not saying that's right, but that's just kind of how it is for a lot of people.
also genetics, dude. Like, if a girl's beating up on a man, I feel like for the most part, a man, his genetics are built to be stronger than the woman in most cases. I'm not saying that every case is gonna be like that, but like, I feel like at least the situations that I be in, like, there was never a situation like where if some girl like just fists was trying to beat my ass, like it's not gonna happen. So like we can get ourselves out of that situation when in terms if the females in the situation are getting hit, like there's nothing that they can really do to get out because their genetics aren't built to be stronger than what they're up against. That might be sexist, but
I mean,
I think that's just the way. That's it's partly science in a sense.
I think that's why it's looked at differently when it's a guy on a girl versus the opposite. It shouldn't be though. We all I think we all agree that domestic violence is domestic violence, no matter who to who or what to what.
yeah, I feel you. All right, we kind of got the gist of this question. The next one, we're just talking about anybody got some new music to, discuss. The only thing on my list probably was that No Ceilings 3 with Lil Wayne. That's about it. Anything?
I haven't
I don't
listened to a lot of music. I haven't listened to a lot of podcasts, but
True.
I don't.
I'm also in the car a lot, so I like to stimulate my mind. And if I don't want to listen to a new album when I'm like, all right, I'm going to work. I don't want this album to be trash, and I walk into work like I just wasted my time.
Disappointed, yeah.
I'm just not into all the modern music. A lot of it just doesn't. It just isn't good to me. So I tend to avoid the modern music in general, which I'm probably missing some good stuff, but ultimately I'm content with listening.
You're also dodging a lot of bad stuff too. So
yeah, I'm content listening to what I grew up with, or even prior to what I grew up with. I think recently I've been going back prior to what I grew up with, and I'm trying to like why was this music so good? So I think
That's
that's
like
what
our
I've been
parents,
listening.
man.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're
I've
like our parents now.
been listening to like my parents' music, and I'm like, okay, why was this such a big deal back in the day? And I've been trying to kind of figure out, or just listen to it and kind of be like, okay, I can see why that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm saying like if when we get to be like in our 40s and stuff, and we're listening to the same music that we listened to when we were in high school, to like when you're 30, like that little time period, it's gonna be funny because like we turned out exactly like our parents. Like we let a little bit of music just kind of stick with us, and then didn't like adapt to what's coming out.
Yes and
But
no. Yes and no.
yeah,
Because
it's a case by case with the person. But I'm
yeah,
just saying if you're staying on the same tunes, it's funny that I'm like, how did my parents like only listen? I only really heard them listen to this, and then when I was like, "You ever heard this?" And they're like, "No, what is that?" And they're completely confused. So it's just
You're
interesting.
about to be in that position.
Yeah, I'm a little
Kev,
more cultured though. So
Kev, you
I
got
mean,
something?
it's a lot of stuff. I haven't listened to that No Ceilings 3 yet, to be honest with you. Uh,
I don't listen to us.
I've kind of been off that Lil Wayne ever since the whole Trump thing.
Oh yeah,
And I wasn't, and not even gonna hold you. I wasn't even like a huge. I don't like love Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne's not bad, but I like when I was. I don't know. I wasn't. He's an icon, but he's not even crazy to me. Um,
what was the Trump thing?
I boy just started
he
supporting
supported
Trump like
Trump.
last minute. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Oh,
out of
bro. I don't
nowhere.
know why. Like he
did you
said
see?
like
You see? Trump introduced a little pimp.
yeah, he said Lil Pimp.
He said little pimp. I said what?
Yeah, but I only listened to the song that had Drake in it, so
Yeah.
that was about it.
So I mean, recently, like if you want like new music, like if you want some Afrobeat stuff out of Nigeria, my man Wizkid. I had a tweet. I was like, these two albums I'm about to mention. I said like Wizkid and Raul Alejandro's album been on repeat, and then I had like 50 Nigerians retweet my shit and like have like 300 people like it. I was like, damn, why is this tweet doing numbers? I was just tweeting out my ass like,
I
and
did see that. He was talking reckless.
but everyone was like who liked it, or everyone who like retweeted or liked it was like a WizKid like stand. There was like WizKid #1 fan page. If y'all don't know who WizKid is, he's the dude who was on the song with Drake, that one dance song. Do y'all remember it? Baby, I
Yeah.
like your style. Yeah, he
I know
was
Wiz
featured
Kid,
on that.
but
Tim's another Nigerian artist.
oh
She's
yeah,
Cam knows about her.
she's real good.
Brent Fayez. I just say that because I'm just gonna rep him no matter what. Cam already
Exactly.
knows of was advised about that. And then I mean, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I've been on. Masego new album came out. Um,
It's real nice.
Well,
uh, what are you gonna say, Matt?
uh, so I'm gonna be kind of showing how little I know about some of the modern music, but like what is your thoughts on some of these like these newer like real big names? I'm like the baby.
The baby
Like
he floods the market way too much. I liked the baby like early on because like he's from North Carolina. I really appreciate that, but he just makes too much music in it. All that shit all sounds like the same.
It is the
Um,
same. That
it
he just
literally is
has
the
a
see,
different
same.
beat.
I think everything he's done has been trash.
Oh, okay.
I mean that's
See,
fair. I mean everyone's got their own opinion,
I'm
but
not a fan. I'm not a fan of that, and that's why I wanted to ask him. Like, well, what's your thoughts on some of the,
Did you see the bop
I
on
guess,
Bravo?
the modern like breakouts right
It's also
now?
a model to make money though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
like
is.
they could care less if you like it or not.
I
If
think
they're making
there's
money off it, like look, for example, TikTok, dude, half the songs that are TikTok like aren't even good bops,
Oh, they're so
they're just
trash.
catchy and people make money off of it. Go ahead, Kev.
uh I mean, I would say a lot of new artists like they do things do move forward with time, and I always kind of respect that, and I appreciate it, and I like it. So like I don't know if y'all like autotune, but I appreciate autotune. I like autotune if it's done well. Sometimes it's not done well, but it's where it's gonna go. It's been a big thing since T Pain came out, and it's evolved since then. I think that's something that's really cool to look into to see how it started out with T Pain, then with Kanye, because I thought 808s and Heartbreaks was trash. I thought that shit was terrible, like Heartless and all that. I did not like that, but like Travis Scott is big with autotune. There's so many people big with autotune. Gunna, almost all rappers use autotune if they try to be melodic at all. And it adds something to the music. It doesn't mean they're necessarily like more talented than people in the past, but there's something about the way music evolves and the song structures and the producers and production gets better as time goes.
Is it evolving away from I guess live music, because obviously that was huge when our parents were growing up. Like the lot, like you would specifically look for the live version of a song. You wouldn't look for the studio version. And now it's like when you start adding all the auto tune in and stuff, when you do have to perform live, it sounds like trash.
It
Like
depends on
Post
who it
Malone.
is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
two
Post
different
Malone.
groups of artists like that.
Because
Because there's groups that like are great performers, and then they can kind of do both in the studio, and then there are people who were great in the studio, and then they got and perform. You like,
I also feel like a lot of rap is like it's really good in the studio, and then they get to stage, and either A, they're just really fucked up, or B, they're just engaging with the crowd and like not even saying half the words.
yes,
So it's because I mean the song is playing in the background. They just speak into the mic, so you can obviously hear that it's not fixed to sound like the studio version. So it's in a sense like
I like the way
pure
R. Go ahead.
pure talent wise, they're not as talented, and it comes off as a bit lazy, but that's also what it's kind of moved towards. And I guess it's strictly they're more so rap than anything, but I think it is
Rap,
interesting too.
it's rap, hip hop, pop. It's all going that direction. Pop's going that direction too.
I mean, I think one thing that's a revitalization or something that's gotten really good recently, I think better than the past years, has been R&B. R&B's moved in a direction that's really it's done a little bit of both. It's kind of moved back to a little bit more soul and less about hits and like there I don't know all the melodies that and the song structures that have been involved have been like incredible. And if y'all don't listen to R&B, then that's fine or
I
whatever.
think
It's not
Justin
what you
Bieber made
like, but
R&B album.
I haven't listened to R&B recently,
but
so
I'm not talking about Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber not who I'm talking about. Like there's
like
a lot of other people
Giveon,
who
like
like
Giveon.
Giveon. There's a lot of new artists like Brent Faiyaz, as I mentioned. The Weeknd was he was a big step. Frank Ocean was like a
Frank
big
Ocean's
okay.
step
good.
in the new wave of like what R&B has been moving towards away from what like and nothing wrong with like Omarion or like Neo or
Right.
any of them. Like all that stuff was good too, but it was like it's definitely in a different direction. I don't want to say it's they're any less talented or their songs are any like meaningless. I think they mean more now. Like people were talking more shit on their songs than they used to in the mid
Right?
2000s. But
Usher was.
Usher, the way Usher, we got the hurt.
Yes.
But I mean, I think when people talk about music, like the biggest thing to look at is rap. The way rap was in the '90s and the way it is now. Um, there's a lot more rappers now too. So there's always something like where you're like, oh, rap is bad now. The pop of it isn't as lyrical or as like thoughtful, maybe you want to call it that, as what it was when it was back in the '90s, when you had people who were really like spitting, really
Well,
putting
also
together.
those people were invested more in that type of culture. I think it's a bit fake now too with the culture.
Yeah, I would say that too. It depends on the person, but like most people lie in their songs, which is
Oh yeah.
kind of what sells. But
Yeah.
um, or another thing too that bothers me is, or that's really sad to me with rappers nowadays, is a lot of people will start out rapping, and then they're not about a certain lifestyle, but then they start rapping about it, and then they try to fake that lifestyle or get in that lifestyle, and then they do some dumb shit, do
Six
something
nine.
that 6ix9ine, or just like even somebody like it's a dude from one of my roommates, some of his friends or somebody he knew from high school who was like not about that life in high school. We started rapping about it, and he shot somebody because he tried to pistol whip somebody, and he accidentally pulled the trigger. It's like shit like that. Like if you're not about that lifestyle, then like you don't have to be part of it. If you're just gonna lie, everyone lies in the raps, to be honest, for the most part. So
I just
I
pulled up
don't
in the
know.
foreign. Come on now.
Yeah, come
You
on.
think Drake and Meek Mill, maybe Meek Mill more than Drake, but you know the song Rico?
Yeah.
You really think Drake was about that?
Hell no. He just
Nah, but his people are now.
his people,
The
the
way
people
he
around him.
His
People around him
people
probably are, but not Drake. If he said somebody on my team is gonna go do whatever, and he probably not lying,
That
but
dude Chubbs.
um, yeah, you said that would be Chubbs.
But yeah, that dude Chubbs is like that. He's street life. And Meek Mill, I do believe he would do some shit like that.
I think so too.
I mean, he was part of that Philly culture, and I'm scared of that.
Different. Yeah.
We got
What's
like
the next topic, Cam?
we actually get to the top 5 now. I'm about to send
Dang.
y'all another link because we got like 8 minutes left. This group chat. I'm in another group chat for another podcast, and they're like really funny.